right, fans. So Kevin Lee has signed a new contract with the UFC. We already know Kevin Lee. He was in the UFC formerly. He has some really great fights against guys like Tony Ferguson, Rafael dos Anjos, Edson Barbosa. You know, he had some really, really good fights. He had that interim title fight against Tony Ferguson. Drew a blank right there. So that was actually really good. Unfortunately, he did lose. He lost some big fights as well, you know, but he also had some really good fights. He also had that really good fight with Michael Chiesa. We remember that one. So now he is returning. He's returning after a little layoff he had. He fought over there, I believe, in Eagle FC. I believe that was Habib's promotion, but now he's back and he signed a new contract. So my question to you guys is, where did he sign it at? Did he sign it as a lightweight or did he sign it as a welterweight? Because I believe his last fight was at welterweight. And I remember him always talking about how he wishes that the UFC would do a 165-pound division because that would be really good for him. Personally, I really hope he does go at welterweight. You know, I feel like his body's more in definition at welterweight. I feel like he's more like I feel like he'll be a lot more better at welterweight. I feel like with everything that he had going on at lightweight, I guess the weight cut wasn't really all that great for him. You know, it didn't really affect him all that great. You know, so right now him at welterweight, I feel like his career will blossom a lot more, and he can actually have some fun fights. That's another question I would like to ask you guys. Who do you think Kevin Lee should go against if he does fight at welterweight? Well, you know, there's been actually a few good opponents. Like you got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. That'd be one hell of a fun fight. You got Vicente Luque is a really good fun one as well. I mean, of course, there's a lot of killers over there, especially when it comes to wrestling. You know, you got the Sean Brady's, you got Kamaru Usman's, Leon Edwards, and all these other guys, but those are more down the rankings. Right now, you would want to start Kevin Lee kind of at that level where it's not like you're not trying to just throw him right away to the big sharks. You know, you want to feed him a little bit down the line. You know, you don't want to get him right away over there in the lion's den. So there could also be a potential rematch with Michael Chiesa. You know, those guys had that controversial loss. Remember Michael Chiesa? They said he tapped, but he didn't tap. I believe he had him in a rear naked choke. If I'm correct, that was a while back, maybe a couple years ago. I'd say about 5 years now, give or take. But yeah, that one also could be a good rematch for him as well. But if he goes at lightweight, you know, there's some fun fights there too. You know, he had some really good matchups against, like I said, Tony Ferguson. That could be another rematch there too. You know, Tony Ferguson is at the back end of his career. You know, you got Kevin Lee, who himself is kind of at the back end of his career. You never know. But who knows? Maybe that could be a good fight for Kevin Lee to return to. You know, there'll be, you know, good challenge and settle some old beefs and whatever, because those guys had some back and forth words with each other. So that would be a fun fight as well. Of course, guys like Justin Gaethje, not Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler, and such like that, Fiziev, Beneil Dariush, Charles Oliveira. There's just a lot of fun fights that Kevin Lee could have. But it's actually really good to have him back. Really good to have him back. I am very interested in seeing him return. He's always been in good, fun fights. He was one of the guys that actually challenged Habib back in the earlier days that he never got that. He's always wanted Habib where nobody else ever really wanted Habib. So that was a really good call out for Kevin Lee. He's always had that, you know, in his back pocket. So you never know. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he works his way up the ranking and didn't get Habib, but he might be able to get Islam, you know, basically the protege of Habib. So you never know. But guys, let me know in the comments on what do you think about Kevin Lee's return? Who do you think you want him to face? What division you think he's going to be at? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.